Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Migliaccio, with my co-host, my ride or die, George B. George Ballantine.
Yo.
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Good. Chilling like a villain.
Feeling like it's edge of the knife, baby? Is it edge of the knife this
It's
today?
hump week, right? It's hump week, yeah.
Yeah, it's hump day.
No, it's hump week, bro. I'm
You
single.
know, but you
I'm
sound
single.
like one of those people.
I'm
You
single.
sound like one of those people that's trying to make their birthday like a 1 week event. Take your one day, enjoy it. You don't
It's
get
only a hump
week.
day for people that are married and stuff. And you know,
No,
come
dude.
on.
The idea is that people try to take their birthday. The people that try to turn your birthday into like a one.
Bro,
or
I don't even
2
like
week
celebrating my birthday period.
event. I didn't say you did that, but you're trying to take hump day and turn it into hump week, and I don't think that goes.
That's because you're married.
No, it's got nothing to do with being married. It's got absolutely nothing to do with being married. It's
I
absolutely
think
got.
so.
It's like somebody saying their birthday. Oh, my birthday's. It's the whole month of March. No, your birthday's one day, man. You people that are celebrating your birthdays for like weeks at a time, stop it. It's a lot of pressure on your loved ones.
We went from hump week to birthday months now. I don't get it.
I'm just trying to compare how people try to extend holidays.
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody that goes out for New Year's Eve and they're still partying a week later. All right. Of course, you know this show. Better to be hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. That's how we do it. Got a lot of great stories today, a lot of great information, and got some stuff that you probably don't know about. We've got some great sources. We never give up our sources. And we've gotten on top of a lot of things coming out of DC behind the scenes. So we want to share that with you. Let's start off by thanking our sponsors, George. Of course, gold and silver. What can I say? Kicking ass, taking names. Hopefully you bought some. I don't want to say I told you so, but we told you so 2 years ago. And you know, the guys at Genesis Gold Group, they've been sponsoring the show this whole time, and they get it right. They're the experts in the business, Jonathan Rose and the team. And these babies right here, hopefully you got a couple of these in your sock drawer, 62.2 gram prepper bar. This one happens to be in silver, but they got them in silver and gold. They're perforated, easily broken down to your choice of 3 separate denominations to fit a multitude of needs. And I don't care whether it's for asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or it's very unique for utility for barter and trade. Prepper bar, yeah, it's a perfect gift. I don't know if you get a better gift than this. Maybe a gun. A gun's a good gift. But bullion is a great gift. Perfect for all those precious metal lovers out there, all the loved ones in your family, grandchildren, children. Who cares? Birthdays, Christmas, Hanukkah, 4th of July. Exclusively mined and minted in the great US of A. They come with an assay report. You don't have to worry about any counterfeit gold coming out of Genesis Gold Group. These guys know what they're doing. Don't buy your gold and silver off of eBay. You might be sadly surprised to find out you bought counterfeit. They've got them in stock. They just got to restock in silver because they had just about run out through the holidays. Fit neatly in your wallet, and the utility, of course, enables their use in any situation. You just snap off a small piece if your credit cards aren't working, if your American dollars are worthless, and we're damn near $40 trillion in debt. Pretty frightening, and I haven't heard one thing out of DC how we're going to solve that. Head over to the bigmigbar.com. Bigmigbar.com. All caps prepper. There's your promo code. 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold. The bigmigbar.com or call 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Or you can use that QR code that George did. It makes it easy. Take a snapshot. Don't go there now. I don't want to miss any of this show. The bigmigbar.com, baby.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
All right. So,
We're going to set the mood, huh? I just realized that.
Nah, I didn't really have any. I had one, but it was really long. It was a baby Trump one that was a really long one. It turned like somebody made this crazy, really good Venezuela baby Trump, but it was like 14 minutes. As much as I loved it, I just didn't think that was a good play. 14 minutes. It's great though. I'm going to send it to you. I don't know.
I seen it. I know.
Maybe we can break it up into 3 parts or something. But it was really well done. Really cool. These people are getting highly skilled. All right. So look, some of the stuff we're about to say, a lot of people are going to maybe not like. I don't think they're going to love it. But of course, that's not what this show does. We don't do it because we want you to just, oh, George, Lance, you guys are great. We love the stories. We really just want you to have all the information. So everybody knows about Maduro, the Venezuela cycle. I mean, everybody's got stories on it. But today, we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to actually give you the truth about really why we went into Venezuela. Now, I'm not saying the drugs don't matter. Yes, the drug organization, the money laundering organization, yes, that's part of all of it. But I believe, for a number of reasons from sources that George and I both have, that there are two primary reasons we really went into Venezuela. Smartmatic, and for those of you out there that don't know about that, we're going to explain it to you, and billions in hidden assets. So you guys know that Delta Force operation stormed Caracas in that pre-dawn raid, which was, of course, was called Operation Resolve. They captured, Venezuelan President Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores. They've already been arraigned. They grabbed them right out of their residence. They blindfolded and handcuffed them. You've seen the iconic images of the silencing headphones. They were flown to the U.S. Iwo Jima, and then they were flown from there to New York. Narco-terrorism from 2020. The indictment was done by Bill Barr, which maybe be the only thing he ever did right. They're being held in that rotten Brooklyn Federal Court, the Federal Detention Center. Just awful, the one in New York. I mean, terrible. And they're talking about all, his ties to the Sinaloa cartel, Trade de Aragua, of course, his cartel de la Solis, which I think is Cartel of the Sun. They've already hit him with a superseding indictment. And of course, they've been telling you it's the drugs, it's the money laundering, it's the drugs. Sure, you heard about a little bit about the oil. But you also heard him say, man, I'm broke. I am not rich, and I don't want material wealth for my life. Acting like he's getting $120 monthly salary, but acting like he wasn't looting Venezuela. Well, yeah, that's why if you look at the image, when I did the thumbnail, you'll see old Maduro looking all homeless. I tried to make a little animate an AI homeless Maduro, because he's acting like he's only getting $120 a month and he's broke and he's just barely getting by. Nah. He lied to all the Venezuelan people. He lied to everybody that he talked to. Of course, there's more to this story. Lots of targeted intelligence, election manipulation tech, which is what Smartmatic is, hidden assets. And I've got to tell you that the assets they're hidden looks like they're to the tune of about $80 billion. And in those assets, the story that is circulating is that there are 600 to 660,000 Bitcoin that he bought with the gold that he stole from those mines that he looted from, the mines that were owned by other companies, and then he seized them. So we're talking about Smartmatic software. Of course, has been accused of being used by the CIA and other organizations for vote switching, vote tampering. Of course, there's whistleblowers that have already confirmed it's been exported to rig elections abroad, including here in the U.S. Now, this hidden wealth, of course, fueled the corruption. Maduro's regime allegedly siphoned billions through drug trafficking, illegal mining, gold to Bitcoin conversions. Just now, Switzerland announced, George, they have frozen assets of Maduro and 36 of his associates, which has got to do with transferred Russia and China assets also. $10 billion plus 1,200 tons of gold and silver. How about that?
Are we going to confiscate all that? What's up?
That's a good.
I want to know where the money's going.
Let's get the guy in the front row a little gold star. Yeah, I think they're going to seize it. I think this is what it's about. Donald Trump's sitting on his family has currently 5,742 Bitcoin. Now, 600 to 660,000 Bitcoin would be approximately 3% of the Bitcoin's world supply. George, what happens to Bitcoin if, let's say, strategically the U.S. seizes the 660,000 Bitcoin or whatever the exact number is, and they move it into the U.S. strategic reserve, giving the U.S. one of the largest Bitcoin holdings in the world, number one. And number two, what happens to the price of Bitcoin when that Bitcoin is taken off the market and put into the U.S. strategic reserve?
Well, it's the old saying, when there's low supply and high demand, price goes up, baby. Bingo.
So if you're Donald Trump
man,
and you have
cigar.
5,742 Bitcoin, it would behoove you to seize that Bitcoin and move it into the strategic reserve. Not only would it be an incredible announcement to the public, by the way, we just seized 660,000 Bitcoin from Maduro, and that'll be going into our strategic reserve because it's ill-gotten gains. Now, for the Venezuelan people, talk about a screwing, though. Now, let's start with this, though. Let's start with Smartmatic. Smartmatic, although despite there's no direct ownership, Smartmatic, Dominion, and Skytel, in my opinion, are the axis of evil. If you want to subvert elections, allegedly, you would need the use of all these systems in one way or another. But, Smartmatic's story begins in Venezuela. Of course, it's emerged as an electoral manipulation. It was Hugo Chavez's regime, and it was founded in 2000 by Venezuelan entrepreneurs, a guy named Antonio Mojico and Alfredo Arzola and Roger Pinate in Boca Raton, Florida. So they initially focused on secure banking protocols, but of course, ended up pivoting to voter technology. So in 2004, surprise, surprise, Smartmatic was selected to replace Venezuela's voting machines ahead of a recall referendum on Chavez, making its debut in national elections. And at that point, the Venezuelan government acquired a 28% stake in Bizta, which was a related firm developing Smartmatic software. So, of course, what does that mean? Influence, the ability to subvert elections right in Venezuela. Now, they've been accused of the Venezuela of tampering with turnout figures by at least 1 million votes during that constituent assembly election. And I think they've been using it ever since. That technology has expanded globally. U.S. jurisdictions, Los Angeles County 2020. There's been plenty of whistleblowers out there, including Venezuelan intelligence chief Hugo Caraval. He's confirmed Smartmatic was designed to rig outcomes. Now, allegedly, I think he's in BOP jail right now. I would think that they'd want to get him out and get all the information he's got. I don't know if he has. Now, don't forget that also Smartmatic and Dominion are competitors, although, of course, Smartmatic acquired Sequoia Voting Systems, a U.S. firm. Now, later on, Dominion bought Sequoia's assets after Smartmatic sold them. And then, of course, you've got Skytel, which is a Spanish firm, of course, and they have been linked. You've heard the stories about what happened with the Skytel and Smartmatic server farm and the gunfight over in Europe. And I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. So the story goes is that one of the main reasons Trump wanted to go in there because, number one, he believed there'd be lots of information about Smartmatic's involvement in cheating. Sidney Powell has definitely committed to the fact that she believes these firms, it's just an allegation, enabled the 2020 U.S. fraud via the Venezuelan code. So that appears to be one of the main reasons. Again, I'm not saying the narco-terrorism doesn't matter. Now, George, let's talk about hidden assets, brother. Gold, silver, Bitcoin. What do we got, baby?
Well, we got billions in Bitcoin. I mean, you got to look at Maduro and his regime and his, you want to call him cartel, whatever you want to call him. They just didn't traffic drugs. They actually, and this is all coming out, more and more information will coming out every day, but they built a hidden empire from where? Corruption, mining, narcotics proceeds, and even through the oil, like trying to, even though the oil was on sanctioned, they still got rid of some, but they were converting all those portable assets like gold, silver, Bitcoin, making money. They took pegged a total like 80 billion. Proceeds,
and they converted it into what they consider portable assets. That's what they did. And I want to add something, George. I was told tonight from a reliable source that there are diamonds in Venezuela. There's uranium. They are absolutely sitting on trillions of dollars of wealth in the ground currently.
Well, from 2012 to 2016, Maduro, listen to this, shipped 127 tons of gold to the central bank in Switzerland. And he actually reduced his reserves by half.
No, it was the Venezuelan central bank's gold, and he sent it to Switzerland.
Oh.
It was the Venezuelan central bank reserve, and he stole it and shipped it to Switzerland.
That's what happens when you want socialism. Dictatorship. That's a lot. Oh, my God.
And that wasn't all of it. He sent more. He took more of that gold, and I guess he funneled it to Turkey and Dubai using couriers, and they were taking about $1 million worth of gold in diplomatic pouches under diplomatic cover for every trip they went on.
And here's a big one. This is suspect. Like, did they know something was going on? Hours before he was captured, it's crazy. Venezuela, they're saying reportedly or allegedly transferred 1,200 tons of gold and silver plus $10 billion in assets to where? Russia and China.
So he was evading the U.S. seizing that.
Yep.
Now, the Bitcoin is tricky because we don't even know if it's traceable. We don't know who has those wallets. We don't know if they're cold storage, hot storage. But this pipeline, he started this whole gold to Bitcoin thing. So, he seized the Arinco mine. He was mining all these were mines that were actually owned by companies, stealing the gold, getting it out of the ground, then taking it and putting it into Bitcoin. Now, my understanding is that not only is that 3% of the global supply, but he basically swapped $2 billion in physical gold from the Arinco mining, right? At about, George, listen to this. He got his Bitcoin at 5,000 per coin.
Huh?
5,000 per coin.
How did he get it so cheap?
Because he bought it early on.
Interesting.
Now they thought he only had 240 Bitcoin, but they've already determined there's way more than that. And the story is coming out. I think we're one of the first ones to really cover it, but you're going to be hearing more about this. I believe that this is the main reason, and why exactly we went there. Now, Switzerland froze a bunch of assets. I don't know what the U.S.'s position is going to be. Are they going to try to seize that? They don't want any outflows because they're saying they're going to return them to the Venezuelan people. Are they? I don't know. It's a hard call. So for you guys out there, this might be evidence. Take this short form or long form content. You can say you heard it here on the Big Mig Show first. And 3% of the Bitcoin's world supply, is it going to end up here at the Strategic Reserve of the United States? George, what do you think? Is it going to end up here?
I want to see all these transactions if and when they get this Bitcoin. I want to make sure a couple didn't slip sideways somewhere in somebody else's wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 660,000 Bitcoin. If you guys want to, if somebody that controls the wallet, you want to throw the Big Mig Show, say 20, 30,000 Bitcoin, feel free to do that.
God knows we ain't got no gold in our Federal Reserve. So
yeah. What happened to the audit, George? Somebody said that today online and I thought of you immediately. What happened to our audit?
Smoke and mirrors. What are they going to audit? There's nothing to audit. There's no gold over there.
Yeah, I know. Sad. All right.
Crazy. They value the gold at like $40 an ounce.
So there's a reason you guys are watching the Big Mig Show. We just told you about the real reason, Smartmatic. So you pay attention to what's going to happen there. We just told you about all the assets, including the Bitcoin. So you probably heard it here first. And now we're going to give you another one that's a hot to trot story. It's just starting to gain some traction. We just found out about it. So a lot of people talked about a blackout in Venezuela, that cell phones weren't working and satellite wasn't working and the electrical grid was shut down. Yeah. The Wraith. This is a U.S. Lockheed Martin RQ-170. It's called the Sentinel stealth drone. And they use these. They got about 20 of them. I don't know how many were used. Of course, the aircraft were used also. And this just happened in the Venezuelan operation. So, of course, this was all about supporting the capture of Maduro. But they basically provide stealth surveillance, electronic jamming, and target identification. So they're basically an invisible umbrella, which helps neutralize security systems and guide special forces. So I guess the way these drones work is they communicate, and it becomes kind of a giant net, which causes a major blackout. Very secretive program, very high tech. It is known, so we can talk about it. Our source is telling us that its design is allowed to operate undetected, completely stealth. It gathers intelligence, including targeting of individuals by cell phone data, electronic data, computer data, GPS. And so this electronic shield was basically jamming all of Maduro's command and control systems. And it uses a thing called multispectral sensor and laser designators. So doesn't matter, darkness, smoke, you name it, thermal, it can do all that. And Delta Force was using it to communicate on the ground, for immediate interaction. Super effective system. And that's why everything was blacked out. So I don't know if you heard about the Wraith yet. It's called the RQ-170 Sentinel. This is going to be a big story. So this is coming out. We're ahead of the curve here. I don't think anybody on Rumble or otherwise has talked about this yet. So, big stuff here.
We see number one on here. I wonder if the Rangers, or Delta, I should say, or somebody high up in command, said, no, let the Delta go in. Every time you guys send in SEAL Team 6, they always get the recognition. We're better than them anyway. Send us in.
Maybe. I think it's a fair point. I think it's a good point, George. Geez, why does it always have to be the SEALs? Delta Force those are tier 1 elite operators, the best of the best. But I agree with you, right? The SEALs always get all the big stuff. They get Bin Laden. They get all the biggies. You got to throw a bone to Delta Force, right?
Right. Why not? They deserve it.
Absolutely.
Let them live. They're doing all the hard work. You never hear them. Let them get some recognition. You know what, though? It's always good, too, because it boosts recruiting.
Listen, I agree. I agree that it does. So remember what you heard here. You heard about Smartmatic. That was really one of the main reasons they went in. And there's going to be more coming out on Smartmatic over the next couple of weeks. You'll hear about it very soon. You know now about the monster Bitcoin reserve and billions and billions in assets, not just 10, not just 20. It looks like we're talking upwards of $80 billion in assets and maybe more. That so far is what we got from our sources. And now you heard about the Wraith, all here on the Big Mig Show. So great material. You spread it far and wide. Take the short form if you like. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. All right. George, CIA. I thought we were going to scatter these bastards to the wind.
I thought we were going to scatter. I thought we were going to scatter the FBI and all the other ones too. But you know how that works. You ain't getting rid of the 3-letter industrial complex over there, the deep state and all that, the swamp. I'm telling you. I keep saying this. And I'll say it again. The only way anything is ever going to get done is if we, the people, peacefully disband our government and start over. That's the only way. And if you think anything otherwise, forget about it. Look,
Tom Fitton's not happy over judicial watch with the CIA.
So yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of J6.
Yeah.
Right? 5 years now. 5 fucking years with J6. And the CIA telling the court it cannot produce requested J6 documents and information for 4 more years. Why not? What are you hiding? You all said, it was all the MAGA people, this and that, and there was no federal agents in there, which we know is bullshit through facial recognition and all that. We know there's FBI agents in there, and not probably CIA agents, and also military personnel in there.
And we know about ATF and DEA agents being in the crowd.
All of them.
Yeah.
So what are they hiding?
Tom Fitton finds out the CIA. Of course, if he'd said this 3-4 weeks ago, somebody says, it's conspiracy. Why would the CIA? They only do international stuff. They're not even supposed to operate here in the United States. CIA is for international and FBI is for domestic. But it turns out he would have been right. Let's play the clip.
But before we play the clip, I just want to say something. So next week, the new Republican J6 committee is going to start. And I'm going to tell you how it's going to go.
Wah, wah, wah.
They're going to release the findings and show stuff where it's going to show where the first J6 committee was full of shit. But how the media is going to spin it and all the libtards and all them people, they're going to say, you're just saying that just to go against the first J6 committee. They showed the proof and now you're trying to this and that. Mark my words. Here's this clip. Pretty long clip.
We just uncovered documents that show the CIA had folks involved in the response to January 6th. Now, I got a question for you. What if I had told you 3 weeks ago, and I said, I think the CIA was involved somehow on January 6th. Somehow they were involved somehow. I'd probably get thrown off the internet, right? For promoting a conspiracy theory. But we just uncovered documents that show the CIA had folks involved in the response to January 6th. And here's my video first highlighting it.
Hey everyone, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton here with some massive news. Judicial Watch just uncovered that the CIA was involved in the response to the January 6 disturbances on Capitol Hill. In fact, CIA bomb technicians were sent over to the RNC and DNC where those pipe bombs supposedly were found. On top of that, there were CIA dog teams on standby in response to January 6th. Now, there are a lot of questions that are raised by our disclosures. First of all, why did it take Judicial Watch heavy lifting in federal court to get access to these documents after all these years? Why didn't the Pelosi January 6th committee, even as corrupt as it was, not disclose the CIA involvement? What was the CIA involved for? Were they investigating foreign intelligence operations? Were they investigating American citizens? What else have they done related to January 6th? All these questions you can be sure your Judicial Watch will pursue in federal court if necessary.
That was a pretty good summary, huh? Isn't it incredible? So we had asked for records from the Department of Justice. What did we ask for? Last year. We asked for records and communications regarding shots being fired inside the U.S. Capitol, as well as requests for Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Explosive Special Response Team assistance on January 6th. So remember, they had these pipe bombs that were supposedly found at the RNC and DNC. And so we were interested in the responses there. So we got a bunch of text messages. Of course, they ignored our request, and we had to sue in federal court. Again, this is June of 2023. We filed the lawsuit. We probably had asked, we asked in, no, we filed the lawsuit in August. We asked for the records in June. So we've been waiting almost a year for these records. And it took a federal lawsuit to get them out to us. And so we got these ATF text messages that detail the CIA's involvement. And there are kind of two sets of text messages, and they're very interesting to read because they do talk about, as I say, we were asking about the reports of shots fired. The only shots were fired were the shots fired, at least in the Capitol, the shot fired at poor Ashley Babbitt by Lieutenant Michael Byrd, U.S. Capitol Police officer who, in our view, unlawfully shot her, illicitly shot her for no good reason, popped out, shot her. Dead. And we're representing her family in a wrongful death action right now, a federal lawsuit against the U.S. government for $30 million. So here you can see the ATF, basically all these panic text messages about the disturbance on January 6th. But what was most interesting in them to me was the involvement of the Secret Service. So here's the first text message detailing the involvement of the Central Intelligence Agency, not the Secret Service, the CIA. Several CIA dog teams on standby near the southwest area of the Capitol. What were they doing there? Why were they on standby? Were they called ahead of time? I don't know. First time we're hearing about it. And then there were technicians sent to where those pipe bombs were. CIA bomb techs. Why were they down there? Now typically the CIA is not supposed to be involved in domestic operations like that. So what was the purpose of their being involved? I mean, this is the D.C. area. We don't need extra folks like the CIA being involved here typically. Was there a foreign intelligence component that they were investigating? What else did they do? I don't know, but we're going to ask more questions and try to find out. But these are pretty extraordinary records, don't you agree? The CIA was involved in the response to January 6th. Were they called ahead of time and told to stand by? Who talked to them? Why were they put on standby? Or did they just show up in an emergency fashion on January 6th? I don't know. Why didn't Pelosi's rump January 6th committee disclose this? Where's the media been? Where have Republicans been? Do you think it's important that CIA resources were deployed in response to the January 6th? And I don't even know if it was in response. Maybe they were just waiting around because they knew something was going to happen. I had a good interview, we should link the interview below, with Glenn Beck about this. But this is pretty shocking. CIA do anything else related to January 6th? Then we're going to ask the question other than Judicial Watch? I hope so. Maybe.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of the agencies, I kept saying, 3-letter agencies, nobody wants to cooperate. And why is that? We have all Trump's people in there, right? Allegedly all the good picks, running each administration. Running each services, I should say. But nothing. We got nothing. We got ungats. Nothing.
Yeah. Trump should demand that they immediately release that. 4 years, what a crock of crap. They're just trying to buy time till another administration comes in, and then they won't do anything. Then they'll say they need another 10 years or 20 years. Just like they did with the JFK files. Held those up for 50 years or whatever the hell it was. Way too long. All right, well, we've got to take a short break here on the Big Ming Show. You know what that means. Stay tuned. While we're on the break, take the live link. Share it far and wide. Thank you, mods, for being here today. Thank you, subscribers and listeners. If you can do the $5 subscription to help a brother out, hit the $5. It comes once a month. It's only $5, and it sure helps us out as we try to grow our subscriber base. Or a Rumble Rant tip. It's a new year. You can always use any kind of help we can get. Let people to come watch the show. Follow this show, and don't forget also the Crypto Power Hour, baby. Follow that on the break. We'll see you back in a few minutes.
Gotta wake up.
I see that. Okay, I'm going to have some, I think I'll go with some smelling salts.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
I'm serious. Hey, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here are your hosts, Lance Migliaccio, yours truly, George Ballantine. Big
Talking
Mig
a lot of
Mafia in the
shit
chat.
behind the scenes.
Big Mig Army. Everybody out there listening, watching, come on, hit that thumbs up button, like button, share this on your social media, share it anywhere. Help us grow, help educate people, help red pills.
Educate. You got to educate people.
Yeah, right. And then that red button, the Big Mig Mafia button, hit it and see what happens. You get a big surprise. Yep. All right. Shout out to our sponsor, Lance and myself. We got the perfect solution for you guys. For the ones that can't watch their crypto 24/7, that's why I'm here to tell you about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. Now, this is sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders. Now it's available to you. And this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. And clients, they're already seeing over 250% returns on their investment, all military-grade security, and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you can get up to $2,500 in free crypto. QR code's right here next to me. Take a screenshot. Save to your photo files. We'll go there later because we got more educating to do.
Got to educate. All right.
All right.
So big stuff. More fraud.
Oh my God.
Surprise.
More fraud.
You called this though. You said California was going to be colossal. I'll bet this isn't even all the fraud they're going to find.
This is nothing. This is beyond. What about all the stuff we talked about last week where all the money missing from the high-speed rail, what are the fires and everything? Now we got whistleblowers coming out and they're exposing up to $250 billion in taxpayer theft across the whole state of California through fake community college apps that are scamming student aid, pay to play in K through 12. That one I like to see, and endless waste and abuse. Now, this is all quarter of $1 trillion stolen, all in California, in Newsom State, Governor Newsom, who's going to be running for president in 2028. Yeah, this is the guy you might want to choose, huh? They're just robbing California. California's a fucking shithole.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Nancy Pelosi.
I don't even know how people live there.
If I were the people in California, I would refuse to pay any of the taxes.
Listen, New Jersey is right there with California as far as expensive
I
state.
bet you Colorado's we're gonna find out there's a ton of fraud here in
Hold
Colorado.
on, Lance, let me finish. So Jersey is right behind California, is like one of the most expensive states to live in. And California is astronomical. I don't know how people can afford it. When they go through every state, you're gonna find so much fraud. And this is why the Democrats fought against Doge.
But here's what's crazy. You're paying to get screwed in California. Excessively high property taxes, high state income taxes. And what are you paying for? You're paying to get screwed. Screwed dry, because that's all they're going to do. And this is just, I think George said it the other day, tip of the iceberg. The amount of fraud and waste. Now you know why we're $39 trillion in debt. People all over the country getting fat, stealing money from the U.S. government. And it's been going on for decades. It's disgusting. You know what's really disgusting, though? When you're the president of Colombia, Colombian President Gustavo Petro.
Wait, I got a video, man.
And you get, oh, you got the video. Yeah, let's play that first. You're right. I jumped the gun.
What the fuck are you doing?
I just
tell GOP candidates that California could be losing $250 billion in the state's education system, including reports of fake community college applications, scamming student aid funds. Which brings us to a different kind of fraud. Ghost daycares.
Ghost daycares. Lance, it's time for the Big Mig daycare. Let it be known. All right. Since Lance, you started the story, I'm going to let you start it. But I just want to say something. If you're going to go out and meet abroad, try not to drink so much and be certain. Go ahead, Lance. Just do it.
You know,
this is the
I've
president.
Seen this post. I've seen the post over and over again where they go, of course, they're trying to jam the trans women down our throats, right? And they always say, well, why wouldn't you date a trans woman? I'm going to tell you why.
Because I ain't gay.
Dick. It's the dick. Like a straight guy doesn't want it, but I guess Colombian President Gustavo Petro, he seems to like the wiener. Now, this goes back to 2024, but so we just want to remind everybody that he was married and he got caught holding hands and was on a date with trans model Linda Yepes in Panama. I thought he'd be in Panama. Nobody recognized him. He said he wasn't gay, claimed he was heterosexual, but yet I think he likes the wiener. I think he likes it. Here's a video clip of him just to give you the reminder.
And this is the guy that's threatening Trump to take up arms.
This is the guy. The guy that likes wieners is threatening Trump. He likes the goo-goots, the baby holding an apple. I have no idea.
All right, here we go. Look at that right there. That is a guy.
That's a dude. You reach down, you get a little extra surprise. It's surprise.
Doing a little reach around, you figure
whoa!
You find a sausage hanging. What? Huh?
The sausage. All right. Not good.
Well, things like this is why I hate being single.
Man, it's a shocker. You're going to be shocked, George. They just found more daycare fraud.
What?
I know. Are you shocked and appalled?
I'm appalled that we ain't got a fucking daycare.
I got to tell you.
Wait. Our good buddy, John Rocker, was out in Ohio yesterday.
They threw him out of the Hilton just yesterday. Did you know that? He was drinking at the Hilton, and they said, we know who you are. They closed his tab out and threw him out.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, the Hilton just doubling down on stupidity. Listen, everybody boycott the Hilton chains. All the hotels they own boycott them. They threw John Rocker out. He had a bar tab open, and he's going to have his new show, by the way, on Rumble.
Did he have to pay for the bar tab?
Yeah, he had to pay the bar tab.
I wouldn't have paid shit.
I would have said, suck it, and I'm out of here. But they threw him out. They said, we know who you are. He announced it on X if you want to go look.
I'm going to go get the picture of him. Hold on. Of him with his, let me get it. Keep talking.
Yeah, so shocker, more daycare fraud. So listen to this. 40 daycare centers in Columbus, Ohio, all opened under the same defunct shell organization. So they opened up a shell company. They opened up 40 daycares all on the exact same day. They all opened, and they did $14 million in revenue in 2024. I'm telling you, the Somalians, you can't hate the players, always. You got to hate the game. They are scammers. And they really, I got to give it to them. For low IQ scumbags, they sure figured out how to grip the system. 14 million, 40 daycares opened all at once. And that doesn't mean whatever he got in 25. He might have got more than 14 million in 25. He might have got 15, 20 million. This guy made $30 or $40 million on the federal government and on the state of Ohio, and probably has walked out the door. I'm sure they won't find this guy. Maybe this is one of the guys that was taking the suitcases through the airport. Now we have a clip. What do you got for John Rocker, George? What do you got?
Hold on. Hold on. Because fucking. All right, let me get it.
Is this the one where he's with the baby?
Yeah. Don't say nothing.
Oh man.
I'm replying to Ed Krasenstein because stupid ass said something.
Yeah. All right. Give me the photo.
I'm getting it. Hold on. I'm putting it up. Take it easy, bro. Very demanding, Lance. Very demanding.
I know, but you can't be talking to Krasenstein right in the middle of our show.
I know, but I couldn't pass it because I'm helping out. He goes, Ed Krasenstein goes, MAGA is now showing up at daycares in Columbus, Ohio with dolls. So my reply going on right now, yo, that's a transhuman doll.
Yeah, transhuman. So John Rocker posts this up. He was trying to get his plastic black baby into a daycare. And what's the baby's name?
Huh?
What is the baby's name, George?
Oh, LeBron.
He named his plastic black baby LeBron. I assume after LeBron James. All right, Rob.
I want to know where he bought that from, though, for real.
I think they sell them. I think that's really normal in the toy stores. I think you can buy them online and everything. But I got to give it to Rocker. He's pursuing the stories. He's out there getting good material. But he got thrown out of Ohio. He got thrown out of the Hilton there. So another Hilton. All right, let's play the clip on this shocker.
See, he should have had that on video, Hilton throwing him out. That'd have been cool.
Yeah, he might. All I saw was this discussion. All right, so maybe let's play this. This is going to show you the shell organization and the 40 same-day daycares they opened up. Just open them up. Never did any business, probably. Never had a child. Never did. Just 40 daycares. Boop.
Ready?
Yeah.
You could talk. I put audio with it.
Yeah,
there's no audio with this, big head.
Yeah, and they're just literally scrolling through all the daycares. If you're on podcast, you'll have to come over to the Rumble show to see this. If you're following us on Spotify or Amazon or anywhere else. And in Smart TV, we're going to start putting a QR code for you guys on the Smart TV. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You're on Smart TV. You can hit the follow button there, but we're also going to give you the QR code. That way, if you're watching the show and you don't want to leave on Smart TV, you can go there afterwards. So we're going to start putting that QR code up to give you a direct link to Rumble to follow us. And don't forget, we're back on YouTube because of George. George got us back on YouTube finally. All right.
What is this?
Let's go to this. Wow. This is a bombshell. More scummery. Minnesota auditor report just dropped, and it confirms Tim Walz's Department of Human Services fabricated records and did not verify grant recipients, and then they tried to cover their tracks. Of course, enabling and participating in massive fraud. So I think Walz, he should resign. I mean, honestly, they should bring criminal charges against. This is explosive right here. He sent millions of dollars out the door in grants without ever making proper checks into who was receiving them or who had applied for the grants. And in one example, the auditors found a grantee that was paid $672,000 for 1 month of work without any info on what they do. And the audit says the grant manager who paid it then left DHS a couple of days later and became a paid consultant for that company. Oh, that's nice.
And this is a guy that was running as VP with Kamala Harris. You know, Lance, you said like all the Somalians, right? They have very low IQs. Well, now you know how they were doing it because they were getting help from people like Tim Walz to set up the shop.
No doubt.
Let's play the clip. Oh my God.
Against fraud. The performance audit shows the Behavioral Health Administration sent millions of dollars out the door in grants without making proper checks into who was receiving them. And that is not even the most jaw-dropping finding. Lou Raguse has tonight's top story. Lou?
Julie, according to the nonpartisan legislative auditor, this is another case of mismanagement of taxpayer money. But perhaps the most explosive revelation is that managers within DHS, the Department of Human Services, tried to cover their tracks by backdating and creating new documents.
But I do want to talk about what a serious issue this is and how it is, frankly, unacceptable.
Another sobering report by the Office of the Legislative Auditor, this one concerning the Behavioral Health Administration within the Department of Human Services, which issues grants to providers treating mental health and drug and alcohol addiction, hundreds of millions of dollars each year. The audit found them issuing grants to applicants without a bidding process.
So what we saw is that there was multiple entities that could have been eligible, and they chose not to provide a justification for why they were picking those.
This report is quite stunning.
One outrageous example, the auditors found a grantee that was paid $672,000 for 1 month of work without any info on what they do. And the audit says the grant manager who paid it then left DHS a couple days later and became a paid consultant for that company.
To me, that's criminal.
Auditor Judy Randall says she was most shocked that during the audit, multiple DHS managers backdated or created new documents to try to cover their tracks.
Frankly, in the 27 plus years I've been with OLA, I have never seen this before. I will say we have had suspicions periodically, but we have never been able to prove it, to document it, and we did in this case. And it's very troubling.
Temporary DHS Commissioner Shireen Gandhi's response.
I was shocked to hear this information in the exit conference, and it is absolutely unacceptable that any staff would provide anything other than accurate representation of the work done to an auditor.
Now, there were a lot of questions from lawmakers about whether this audit should result in criminal investigations, so we'll see what comes from that. The Office of the Legislative Auditor provides recommendations both to the department and to lawmakers in case law changes are needed. Just one more time of what the auditor said regarding this fabrication of documents. She called it a systemic problem within DHS.
I mean, Lou, it just seems like every time you think it can't get worse, it does. I do think this is jaw-dropping. You mentioned that they were talking about criminal investigations. I think I speak for a lot of people watching right now who really want there to be some kind of accountability. Did you get any sense from that meeting today or in talking to any of your sources that there actually will be accountability?
Well, no, that's something that's going to require some follow-up, because one problem the auditors had is they didn't have subpoenas to issue to people that no longer work for the BHA within the DHS, and so they couldn't bring those people in and question them. And so it would take an outside agency such as law enforcement to look into it.
Just unbelievable. All right.
So basically what they're saying is there ain't going to be no accountability. And you might be asking yourself, well, that's in Minnesota. What does it got to do with me? I live in New Jersey, or I live in Connecticut or Virginia. Well, guess what? It does matter to you, because all these states that are doing all this corruption also get federal funding. Where do they get the federal funding? From everybody's tax dollars. I mean, me personally, fuck it, don't pay taxes. Just go to your employer and say, don't take out any taxes. Why should anybody pay taxes right now when they're wasting this much money everywhere across this whole country? I mean,
I wish it was just waste. It's just total theft and scammery. Everything's a scam. We keep hearing about all this money and nobody's going to jail. I just don't get it.
But meanwhile, if it was you or me doing something like this, let's say we opened a big daycare center and our ass would be in the sling right now. Trying to get bail money.
We already be gone.
We try to get bail money.
We wouldn't even get the place open. They would have, the minute they got the application, they said, okay, go arrest Valentina Miliaccio. All right.
Yep.
Looks like we're going to lose the midterms. Trump thinks we're going to lose the midterms. He's even having private meetings at the Kennedy Center with Republicans, you know. He says we're guaranteed we're going to lose the midterms. We need voter ID. We need election integrity. I don't know, man. Speaker Johnson, could we get a weaker guy? I just don't get what's going on. The congressional members are just.
It's Senate that's screwing this up, bro. It's Senate. Yeah. It's not. Johnson got stuff passed, but when I got the Senate fucking cock blocked it.
Yeah. Let's play the clip.
It's all in the Senate. The great Senator John Thune, piece of shit.
Yeah.
But you got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be. I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
No doubt. That should be that should be Congress's motto, George. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I mean, listen, if Trump should be getting on fucking Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and say,
yeah, what the hell is she doing, man?
And start getting arrests now. I want fucking arrests. I want to see convictions.
Or fire
after
them. But for God's sakes, don't put Trey Gowdy in there. I don't know if there's any truth in that. I know
Trey Gowdy. He's not going to be
circulating, but for God's sakes, don't go with Sidney Powell. She's going to drop the hammer.
Well, let's hope so. We'll see.
Do you know something I found out tonight from a reliable source?
You mean last night?
You don't have to be an attorney to be the AG of the United States. It's not a requirement. Isn't that interesting?
All right. I'll take the job.
It is not a requirement to be an attorney to be the AG of the United States. I'll take it.
I'm good at doling out orders. I
guarantee you and I would be making arrests.
What?
Oh, I'd be firing people. I'd be going after judges and prosecutors and FBI agents and you name it. They'd be getting wrapped up as fast as I could file indictment. And I wouldn't be bringing them in front of any liberal judges. I'd bring the indictments from states, even if it didn't apply, and I'd argue that I had jurisdiction for some bullshit reason. I'd go in front of only conservative judges. Screw these liberal, compromised, communist judges.
You know what the problem is? Like, if the longer they take to pass some of this stuff, let's say they do pass election ID.
Yeah.
If it passes so late in the game of this year, they won't be able to implement it into this year's midterms.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you this, what I would do is I'd make sure if they gave me that job that I got the presidential letter of immunity, making sure I had absolute and qualified immunity. And I would just start the first judge that ruled against me, I'd snatch him up right out of their house. They just disappear. Boop, send them again. Sorry, treason. They'd never get out. I would just start snatching up judges, if a prosecutor said, I don't think I get the indictment. Okay, arrest that dude, throw him in jail. I would be a dictator AG. They would hate me. I'd probably get criminally charged eventually, but not until I'd arrested a couple of thousand scumbags.
And if they cry about it, I'll say, wait a minute, you were crying that we locked up Maduro, so I'm just going to be like Maduro as the attorney general, though.
Yeah, that's
shouldn't
right.
be crying about it. Should be.
I'm going to be the dictator attorney general. Just get. I dare Donald Trump to give me. I don't have to be an attorney. Who cares about my background? Get me that job. I'll just start locking up. Like, no, get that. Oh, what, Mr. Judge? You're not going to give me the indictment? Grab that dude off the bench right now. Take him. He's out of here. Throw him on the frickin' transport. Put the Maduro hoodie on him and the ear muffs. He's out of here. I'd start stacking them up. Be like, what happened to those guys? I don't know. AG Miliacho just grabbed like 500 people out of Congress. We don't even have a Congress. Well, don't worry. I'll win the midterms. There won't be anybody to vote against me. All right. Treason. Stephen Miller. This is a bomb. He said the plan all along, and George, tell me where you heard this before. The plan all along to get them here illegally so they can get free government benefits, get hooked to welfare, and be able to participate in American elections. This was an attack on democracy by the Democrat Party. George, where did you hear that they wanted to create this massive voter base? Where did you hear that before?
This fucking awesome show, the best show out there, the Big Mig Show.
I've heard of that show.
Me too.
The Big Mig Show. Yeah, that show told you for the last, years since 2020. It was all about a ghost voter pool. Biden admin, of course, devised a scheme to fly illegal aliens to open up our borders and in the country and then escort them in mass across the border by the millions and millions and give them something known as parole. What's that give you? It gives you a work permit, gives you a social security number, and guess what that does? Access to a voter booth. Yep, I heard that here before. Let's play the clip.
For your audience perfectly, Sean, this was not a loophole. The Biden administration, Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, devised a scheme to fly illegal aliens into the country and then to escort them en masse across the border by the millions and to give them something known as parole, which gives them a work permit, which gives them a social security number, which gives them access to the voting booth. This was the plan all along, to get them here illegally so they can get free government benefits, get hooked to welfare, and be able to participate in American elections. This was an attack on democracy by the Democrat Party. It's the same attack that we see, Sean, when you have California, a sanctuary state, that is refusing to turn over even illegal alien criminals and gang members to ICE. So these are illegal aliens in California who have been arrested by California police, by California law enforcement for serious crimes, for crimes against children, for felonies, for crimes that threaten public safety, and they are refusing to hand these criminal illegal aliens over to ICE. Instead, they're freeing them back into the cities to offend and offend again. By any definition, what California is doing is criminal. It is a violation of our laws. It is one of the most heinous things that I have seen in my entire
life. Yep. I mean, I don't know why they keep going on TV to keep reminding us of it. We don't want to keep hearing this shit. We know what we want. We want arrest. And when do we want it? We want it now.
We want arrest.
Like, come on, like for real. Like,
yeah.
I mean, get out of here with this shit.
You want to win the midterms? Hey, Gmail Yacho, I'll win those midterms for you because I'm telling you this. I'll be snatching and grabbing bodies. They're going to be hog-tied, zip-tied, hooded up. They're just going to disappear.
Listen, you can't replace the AG right now because it'll take too much time, this and that. Either Trump lights a fucking firecracker and Pam Bondi's butt.
Okay, then just give me the position of hovering over Pam Bondi all day. So when Fox News calls for another interview, I'm like, fuck no. No more interviews. Don't call again.
No. We'll just make it simple. Just have the big me running live with the phone or a camera right there.
Yeah.
You're live right now. You don't need just say what you need to say. Quick. Make it quick, Blondie.
No interviews.
God,
interviews are over with for Pam Bondi. If it's not an indictment, I'll just hover all day. Indictments. Every time she goes, no, you're not going to lunch. We need indictments before lunch. Where are you going? No, get back here. Workday's not over. You got no indictments in for the day. How many indictments are you going to get done today? Just let me hover over her. George and I can just hover. I'll get something done. All right. Listen, if you like the show, thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the new followers we're getting this week already. Thank you so very much. We need all of them. Take the short form. Take the long form. Remember, we gave you the Smartmatic story. We gave you the Wraith story. We gave you the big hidden assets, $80 billion worth it looks like. Take those stories. Share them far and wide. Take the short form. You guys can use whatever you want. We love you. Thanks for joining us today. And thanks for the people that were there for the Crypto Power Hour today. #1 crypto show on Rumble, 7 a.m. Wednesdays and Fridays. George, what's the last words, brother? What's the last words from George Ballantyne?
Enjoy the rest.
Words of wisdom.
Shut up so I can do it already, bro. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. It's Wednesday. God bless. I love you guys. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.
I might have to let it drop. Said, gotta do it, hella big, had to put it back again, like said, had to put it, hella big, had to put it.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom. And you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.